Hello everyone. Have you ever felt this way? You have studied English for many years. You know hundreds of grammar rules. You always do well on written exams. But when you watch a movie without subtitles, or try to have a real conversation with a native speaker, you suddenly feel lost. The speakers seem to talk much too fast. The words blend together into one confusing stream of sound. Many of us blame ourselves when this happens. We assume that we simply do not have a natural talent for learning languages. But the truth is different. The problem is usually not your ability. The problem is often the type of listening materials you have been using. Today, we will explore 5 important reasons why podcasts are one of the most effective tools for improving English listening skills. We will also look at research findings and practical examples that show why this method works so well. Reason number 1. Podcasts give you access to real and natural language. In traditional classrooms and textbooks, conversations are often simplified and slowed down. You may hear dialogues such as, "Hello. How are you? I am fine. Thank you." These examples are useful for beginners. However, real-life conversations are much more dynamic and spontaneous. Native speakers often use filler words such as actually, like, and you know. They also shorten many expressions. For example, they say gonna instead of going to. They say wanna instead of want to. A textbook might slowly say, "Where are you going?" But in casual conversation, a native speaker may say, "Where you goin'?" To many learners, it sounds almost like a single word. Researchers at Oxford University studied how students develop listening skills. They found that learners who regularly listened to authentic audio materials, including podcasts, became much better at understanding natural speech patterns and everyday expressions. These learners adapted to real-life conversations much faster than students who listened only to textbook recordings. Podcasts train your brain to understand English as it is actually spoken in the real world. Reason number 2. Podcasts expose you to different accents from around the world. Many learners become familiar with only one accent. For example, standard American English or British English. However, English is a global language. In your studies, your travels, or your career, you may communicate with people from the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, and many other countries. Think about international English exams such as IELTS. The listening section often includes British, American, and Australian speakers. When you regularly listen to podcasts with different hosts and guests, your brain develops a flexible understanding of English pronunciation. This helps you understand different accents more easily. It also prepares you to communicate confidently in international situations. Whether you visit London, New York, or Sydney, you will feel more comfortable understanding spoken English. Reason number 3. Podcasts support the famous comprehensible input theory. A well-known linguist, Professor Stephen Krashen, developed an influential theory of language acquisition. According to his theory, we learn best when we receive language input that is slightly above our current level. This idea is often called I+1. In this theory, I represents your current level. +1 represents a small amount of new language that is just a little more advanced. If the material is far too difficult, your brain becomes stressed. Learning becomes much harder. Linguists refer to this as the affective filter. This is a mental barrier caused by anxiety and frustration. Research involving university students has shown that learners make faster progress when they choose podcasts that match their level. A beginner can listen to simplified English podcasts. An advanced learner can explore podcasts about science, history, or business. Because there are thousands of podcast topics available, you can easily find content that matches both your interests and your skill level. Ideally, you should understand about 80% of what you hear. Then you can use context to understand the remaining 20%. This keeps stress low. It also allows your brain to absorb new vocabulary and grammar naturally. Reason number 4. Podcasts help you use your free time more effectively. One of the biggest reasons people stop learning a language is lack of time. Podcast listening is different from many other learning activities. It requires only your ears. You do not need to use your eyes or your hands. This means you can listen while doing other activities. You can listen while cleaning your room. You can listen while cooking dinner. You can listen while exercising. You can even listen during your commute. Now consider a simple calculation. If you listen for just 20 minutes each day, you will accumulate more than 120 hours of English listening practice in a single year. Language experts consistently agree on one important idea. 20 minutes every day is far more effective than studying for 5 hours only on weekends. Small and consistent habits usually produce better results than large and irregular study sessions. Podcasts make it easy to turn spare moments into valuable learning opportunities. Reason number 5. Modern technology makes podcast learning even more powerful. Some people think podcast listening is a passive activity. They imagine simply sitting and listening. However, modern podcast platforms offer many interactive learning tools. Popular apps such as Spotify and Apple Podcasts often provide transcripts. These transcripts display the spoken words on your screen while you listen. Many apps also allow you to adjust playback speed. If a speaker talks too quickly, you can slow the audio down. For example, you can reduce the speed to 0.8 times normal speed. This makes it easier to hear pronunciation details and word connections. You can also practice a technique called shadowing. With shadowing, you listen to a short sentence. Then you pause the audio. Finally, you repeat the sentence exactly as the speaker said it. This method helps improve listening, pronunciation, and speaking fluency at the same time. With these tools, you are not simply listening. You are actively training multiple language skills together. In conclusion, improving your English listening skills is not about studying harder. It is not about memorizing longer vocabulary lists. Instead, it is about making English a natural and enjoyable part of your daily life. Podcasts are an excellent tool for this purpose. They provide authentic language. They are flexible. And they allow you to learn through topics that genuinely interest you. Thank you very much for listening today. Find a topic you enjoy. Put on your headphones. And begin your listening journey today. Have a wonderful day. And see you next time.